you tell me your name, please?
Timothy Camille Jr.
Okay, and Timothy, can you tell me what it is that you did that brought you here?
Back in '98, August of '98, I got out of work. It was a Friday, no, it was like a Tuesday, and my girlfriend, the mother of my kids, told me that we had to talk, you know, why don't I compliment her? She's a real pretty girl, you know, really, I felt there was no need to compliment her. We were together for about 10 years. She tells me that some guy at work has been giving her compliments, you know, normal male thing. And so I told her, well, fine, you want them? Take them. I'll pack my shit, I'll leave right now. I'll see my kids when I can, I'll give you money when I can. My brother got married that weekend. We ended up getting into a fight. Later that night, I went back home. She was out with this kid. I ended up catching them together. He was dropping her off. I kicked the shit out of him in the middle of Washington Street in Gloucester. Went home, we fought. My brother got married on Saturday, the following Saturday. And we had tried to smooth things over for the wedding and after. Well, the very next day we broke up for good. All done. This kid moves into my house. Very next day. She goes down, gets a restraining order. I says, all right, fine. I go get my own apartment with a buddy of mine. I'm seeing some other girl now. This is late August, early September of '98. She gets a restraining order. I stay away. Come October, she starts calling me up on the regular, telling me about how he's threatening her and da-da-da-da, and I'm like, drop the restraining order, don't call me again. She kept calling me throughout October. October 30th of '98, which is a Friday, I get out of work, I get paid, I go home, I look on the answering machine, there's like 13 messages from her, I gotta come down, I gotta come down. The kids are getting involved now. She mentioned my kids. I snapped and went down, I fucked this kid up. Hurt him pretty bad. He's Dominican too, so that really kinda, I spent the night with her. Halloween morning, we were talking about getting back together, dropping the restraining order. You know, I was with this girl for 10 years, like I said. So, you know, the love was there. I love this girl to death. I still do today. She said, call her later that weekend. Monday morning comes, I call her. Actually, it was afternoon, I just got away. I call her. She says, Geraldo came by, that's her ex-boyfriend when I beat up. And we went down to the police station together and filed charges on her. It's kind of like set my ass up, so that's whatever. Now I got warrants for my arrest for being in the nighttime, assault, battery, violating a restraining order. I move away, I go to Beverly. I'm living in Beverly. Christmas morning comes of '98. I'm at my brother's house with his family and my mother. My mother's boyfriend was just killed 2 days before, got hit by a cop. And so I'm with the family. I said, fuck it, I'm calling her up. I call her up, she hangs up. I call her back, I said, I want to talk to my kids Christmas morning. She says, all right. So I talked to my kids for like an hour. It was great. First time I talked to them in like 2 months. She gets on the phone, we talk. She's like, you know, I really, you know, wish none of this happened, you know, I'm thinking about going down to a police station. Again, she says, I'm thinking about going down to a police station and dropping all charges. I says, great, after the new year, I'll go down with you. Turn myself in if you go down and drop charges. All right, no problem. New Year's Eve comes, I'm going to a party in Gloucester. She's going to a party in Boston. I know this by talking to her. And she ain't gonna be home for the night. My father died. I stored all his stuff in her basement. And he was a musician, wrote his own music and whatnot. So I wanted to get some of that stuff out of there. And I asked her if I came to Gloucester that night, New Year's Eve, could I come in? Maybe you could leave the back door open, hide the key somewhere. Can I go in and get some of the stuff? Yeah, no problem. I go to Gloucester, I end up partying all night. It's like 1 in the morning. She's supposed to be in Boston Hotel and the whole works. I come in through the door. It was locked. The whole place was dark. So I kind of had to break in through the window. I get in. I get on the cellar. I throw a bunch of stuff in 2 bags. I come up the stairs. She's on the phone with the cops. So I'm just like, you know, what's going on? I mean, 1 minute you tell me come down, get the stuff. Now you're on the fucking phone with the cops. What is going on? And one thing led to another. We ended up getting into a big fight. I hung the phone up, ripped it out the wall, grabbed a knife, slit my wrist, and you know. I think it was more out of trying to freak her out. I mean, you know, I guess you could say I did try to kill myself because I went pretty fucking deep. I mean, and I went across anybody who says you can't kill yourself that way is a liar, because you can. I almost did. Cops found me later that night. I heard sirens. I was on the ground by the train station, nodding out, kind of passing out, lack of blood. It was still pumping out pretty good 2 hours later. Slowly bleeding myself to death. Cops, I heard the sirens, I got up, and we ended up rolling around. They pulled the gun out on me. I kept reaching behind me like I had a weapon. and pulling it out like I had a weapon trying to get them to shoot. And, you know, I don't know what the fuck's going through my mind. I have no idea. That's not me. I got a long history, criminal record, and doing time, but shit like that.
Right.
So we ended up beefing and rolling around, and bang, here I am. Been here since January 4th of '99.
And when was this?
This was a time period from October 30th of '98 till January 1st of '99.
All right. All right. And where was this?
This was in Gloucester. Yeah.
So it was just really, this was an incident between you and her.
And her ex-boyfriend that I
Ex-boyfriend
beat
was
up,
involved.
yeah.
Right, right. And it sounds like this wasn't something necessarily that you planned that night, or
No, I didn't.
Something set you
I wouldn't
off.
say I planned it, no. I mean, I was drinking vodka and I was smoking a little bit of cocaine that night. And, you know, I just shouldn't have never called her. I called her asking her what she was doing for New Year's Eve, hoping maybe we could get together, you know what I mean? Like I said, I was with her for 10 years, mother of 2 kids of mine. You know, we at one point had something tight, and then it just all fell apart.
Right.
And, you know, no, I didn't plan it, just...
Right. Now, did you tell anyone about this afterward?
Well, no, I didn't have a chance, as the cops found me 2.5 hours later. So...
And is there anything else?
That's about it, really. You know, I went through the trial and all that shit, and bang, here I am. Doing the biggest county bid in the county right now, I think.
Right. Thank you.